welcome back. Alright guys, sorry about that. There was a little gap between this video and the last video. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed my For Honor gameplay. I was really bad at the beta. Hopefully I'll be getting the game soon. And okay, so we're back in Ark. The update finally dropped for the PS4. I'm not sure, yeah, you guys probably know I played the PS4 if you've seen the videos. So yeah, and this is my hairstyle that I am rolling with right now. They don't have third person in the official servers, which is very weird to me. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm going for the mohawk look, trying to get it to grow out, and I am growing out my beard. I had a goatee, but then that didn't feel right, so I switched it back. So what we're gonna do today is speak a little bit about the tech tier. And while I just do some stuff in the background. But okay, so let's talk about the tech tier. This is gonna be a little discussion. I had footage. I'll post the footage, I guess. It's really embarrassing, but it's. So what I did is I went on to my private server. I went on my private server. I was like, let me try to spawn in the gear. I spawned in the gear, and then I was like, let me go kill the boss, so that when I spawn in, when the gear that I have spawned in, I could just use it once you. So the way it works is that you have to kill the boss for you to unlock the ability to wear the gear. If you don't kill the boss and you just spawn in gear, or you go and raid someone, you take their gear, you can't use it unless you've killed the boss yourself. So I tried that, and I don't know, on live servers, it's buggy. But on a private server, the first time I spawned in, I had mated a couple Rexes together, had their babies, and they were okay. Weren't great. All had 10k plus health, and they all their DPS was about all above 400%. 400, yeah, 400% DPS. So I was like, okay, you know, that won't be too bad. So I had 6 in total, and I spawned the boss, or I summoned the arena. And it dies. They all die instantly. Just all died. And I spawned in below the arena, so I lost all my Rexes. I was livid. I was so angry because I actually, my spawn time and my taming, like, I actually did it for real. Not the spawn time. I'm sorry. My taming is up by 10%, 10 times, and my egg laying, whatever, those are all increased as well. But I tried to do it honestly. I did it with the taming, all that, so they all died. So it kind of hurt more. If they had just been spawn dinos, I wouldn't have cared. So they all died, and I was really pissed. So I ended up spawning in 3 level 300 Rexes, and then taming them, and then, you know, putting their stats ridiculously high, and went in. With those 3 Rexes, I still wasn't able to down the Broodmother on easy before the time limit. My Rexes were fine. One was close to death. I was healing him up with meat that you get from killing the spiders that are in the level as well. She didn't spawn that many, which was really weird. And when I first logged in, she spawned them to one side. Again, I don't know if that works on live, but she spawned them to one side, so they were like out of the way. But I was like, okay. Very weird. She has so much health, and so you're gonna need some pretty strong dinos. So that happened, and then after that happened, freaking after that happened, I went out and I was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm never doing that again. I'm just gonna command kill the bosses and see if I can get the gear. So I started getting the gear. I got the replicator engram from killing the Broodmother easy. And when I got the engram, I was like, okay, cool, let me see what it takes to make it. And it takes a lot. 5,000 metal. I forgot by memory what it is. I'll probably put a snippet of it on the screen. And I'm just like, wow, that's ridiculous. So, and I go through all the engrams. I look at all the things to make it. And to say this is OP is unfair and not true. The gear in no way, shape, or form is OP. It is powerful because the cost and effect to get the gear is ridiculous. You don't just get the gear. Even on solo play, you don't get the gear just so easily. It's a lot of spawning in, it's a lot of different stuff. So when you get the gear, even if you're on solo play, getting the gear, it doesn't do much because you have to kill the bosses over and over and over and over and over again to sustain the gear. My only way I see this plausible is if you farm the dragon on hard over and over and over again and share. Because if you do this with a tribe, you have to share all that element. The element is a set amount. that drops off the boss. So if you keep doing easy modes and you have a small tribe, that's the best bet for you. If you have a large tribe, there is no reason for you to be doing the easy and medium modes. You need to start doing the hard modes because you have to share all that element. And it depends on how much the one member uses the armor. I don't think it's OP. I really don't think it's OP. Once you have the gear and you're ready to use it, if you want to use the gear, then by all means use the gear. You're going to run a lot of resources. You're going to lose a lot of tames. And if that's what you want to do to go raid somebody's base, go ahead. But to me, this is no way, shape, or form OP. I believe that if somebody comes to my base and they have all tech tier and whatnot, if they make it past my defenses and whatever, then yeah, I still have to fight. And they're not. It's not like they're God. If somebody comes to my base and he's raided over and over and over and over again, the dragon boss, and comes in with nothing but element to drain everything and whatever. Fine, and I still have defenses against that. The only thing I see it as, the armor can still be broken. If my bullets hit, is draining the armor and breaking the armor are two different things. You can still break the armor, and once you break the armor, you still have to repair it with black pearls and stuff like that. So it's not OP in any way, shape, or form, but it is very annoying to get. And I don't think, I look at it as an MMO. In MMOs, the tier, the highest tier is never easy to get. It's very hard to get because it's endgame and there's people working towards that goal. And in WoW, I remember it being like, what is it? The 4% of the population will actually get end gear at the point where it's still relevant, you know, and they have full endgame gear. And that makes the raid a little bit easier, and then they can, you know, an older WoW, you can bring that gear into the, PvP, do a little bit better. Older WoW, not now. WoW's not the way it is now. But you know, they're you know, so you got the gear, great. And then the next update would come, and that person who has all that gear, he isn't obsolete, but he has a head start, and that's good because he worked that hard for it, and that makes sense. And then the people who weren't able to get it easier, so that they can, you know, get to that other little tier a little bit easier as well. And I think that's what is going to happen with tech tier. I believe tech tier, the first phase is impossible. It looks very strong. I spoke to one of my friends on the server, and he said that they tried the Brood Mother on hard with 3 10th generation Rexes, and the rest I think were 5th generations, and you know, as it trickled down there were 3 generations, 2nd generation, and 3rd generation. I would say not 3 generation, 3rd generation, and they lost all of it to the Brood Mother on hard. She has 4 million health, and she's shooting out the lasers more, or the green little orbs more. She's doing her attacks more, making sure you stay still, and she's spawning a lot more spiders. I've seen her on hard mode. I spawned her in to see her. They all had different color schemes, you know, and I don't see it as OP, but I do see it as it's very hard, and the devs made it a specific way so that you can't just get it and somebody can just raid it. As you guys may have known, when you log into the game after the update, all of our artifacts were gone, so that you had to go back in and get your artifact, which I don't blame. I was mad at first, but I ended up getting a Megalosaurus out of it when I went to go get in one of my artifacts. So I'm not too mad anymore, but they didn't want you to be a step ahead. They want everybody on the starting ground, so I kind of get it. But having tech armor, if you finally get tech armor that first moment, you're gonna want to try to use it. And from what I've been seeing in my tests, you're gonna drain the chest piece just by flying up, and you're gonna drain it the feet piece by falling back down within a couple of drops. And if somebody sees you with that armor on, they're going to be like, wow, it's really cool. They're going to admire you. They're going to be like, wow, you know, you did your job. You did great. Holy crap, you know, cool. But that's at this point, that's where it's going to stay. Because if you're going to use that armor for raiding, you have to have a lot of supplies. You have to have a black pearl, like storage is full of black pearl. You need a bunch of polymer. You need a bunch of metal just stocked away simply for the tech armor and tech gear to replicate, or to keep making it. And the replicator is tough because the replicator can only be made at an obelisk or a drop, and I think that's very insane on certain servers that you have to go to an obelisk. I know there's servers out there that the alpha completely controls all 3 obelisks, and you have to ask permission to use them, and those are really tough because you know you can get a drop luckily, but how are you going to carry around 5,000 metal till a drop? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's very tough. Me and my tribe, we're lucky. We're lucky enough that when we get to that point to make the replicator, we'll be okay because we'll have a drop and we have an obelisk next to us. We have a drop that literally falls in our base, so we can literally when that drops, we have, I think it's a minute before a drop falls away, to grab everything. And this is not something you just grab, oh, let me start making the metal. No, have that prepared. So when that's how my tribe is now. When we're ready for it, we have the 5,000 metal transferred by our quixels over to the polymer, the crystal, all that stuff, the metal, the black pearls when we get it to be transferred over, and we can go ahead and summon make the replicator and take it back. And you know, as if you guys don't know, the replicator is everything. It's a fabricator, a smithy, it's everything you need it to be, I think, except a grill or a cooker. So my thoughts on it is that, yeah, tech tier is fine. I'm sorry I have no I'll throw some footage in there of what I did and how angry I got. You can see a little bit of what I did, but it wasn't what I expected tech tier to be. I did expect it to be a little bit plausible because at this moment, there's probably videos of people downing it, and I applaud them. And if they're on a dedicated official server, then those dudes tipped the hat to you. But if it's not, it's on a player dedicated server. That's the only way. That's how I see it. I'm gonna make another video after this. But that's the first half of that video. So for this video, at the tech tier, I don't think it's OP, but I do think it's a little bit ridiculous how they made it that insanely hard. It needs to be toned down a little bit, just a little bit. The easy modes are okay. I think they're okay. The easy modes, if everybody has like a 4th generation Rex, they're not too difficult. But for the larger tribes, it's kind of not fair. It really isn't fair to have that much resource to go in to kill, to come out and not have that much big because you're losing a lot. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. When you go in, it's not like, oh, if you have the right set amount, you're gonna leave with all your tames. You're going to lose tames, even on easy mode. You have to be prepared with that idea that you're gonna lose tames regardless, and you might have to get off your tame to kill and fight. But is it worth 20 seconds of flying and, you know, or a minute of flying, depending on how much element you have? I don't believe it is. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the Valentine's Day bonus that everybody received. You know, 1.5 taming and all that different stuff, but as well as the mating, the egg hatching, all that stuff was increased by 3 times, and I think that's really cool. Now, this is my baby Quixel. Oh, are you doing baby Quixel? Haven't named it yet. I will name her. I just realized it's a her. Soon, probably Ariel, because my other one is named Ursula. So I'll name this one Ariel. So, I don't know why when I name Quixels, the first movie that comes to me is Little Mermaid. Don't know why, but anyways. So I have a bunch of meat in here to feed the others. So yeah. So and they eat less. The babies eat less. So this is why I was able to leave and go do a little run for food metal, because this is not doable when you on regular servers, on regular days. You cannot just leave your baby here; it will die. So I am 100% on the boat if they make this even if it's 2 times. The way the babies are in this game, to me, yes, people might be like, oh, I like it, and I don't think that's realistic. You cannot physically leave your game if you're doing this solo, and that's not fair. If you're doing it with a tribe and you have one dude who doesn't have a job and goes and plays every day of his life, and this is his life, then by all means you are the lucky dude that found that dude, because not a lot of people have that. We have to log off. We have other lives. And to say that we have to literally be in a game for a week real time so that you know, this virtual baby can hatch is ridiculous. I think it needs to be toned down to where the baby can hatch, maybe not in a day. See, that's too fast. From baby to grown up in a day, no. But 3 days, You know, let the egg hatching time be 4 hours on every egg. Let let it eat out of the trough within 4 hours, not within 9 hours. That's ridiculous. Adolescents at that point. You know what? After hearing myself babble, I think that's what it should be. It should be the egg hatching and the juvenile stage should be increased. Should be shortened. I'm saying. And adolescence and juvenile. I'm sorry, baby stage. The baby stage and the egg hatching stage should be quicker. And the adolescent and juveniles, the juvenile and adolescent stage should stay the same. Those stages make sense to me because it can eat out the trough. You don't have to worry about it too much. You're not really doing much work, so yeah. But the first stage, that is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. I like this game a lot, and that's one of the things that I don't like about it. It's very, very. It's not even a good design to me. If you have to spend that much time in a real life game. Now, if this was a different game, an MMO and stuff like that, then I get it, because an MMO is required to do things like that where you're supposed to stay within the game and do things, but this game isn't kind of like that, you know? And to say that you have to be in this game for this amount of hours so that your baby doesn't die is ridiculous. You know, it's not like we're gonna get you know, and then on top of that, you might miss a couple of hours of imprinting. It is, to me, it's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous, the way they did it. This weekend with the Valentines has shown me that it's really, this is like a very good way. Like I said, the adolescence and the other stages should be stayed the same, but the egg hatching and all that should have increased with the entire game. That's what I believe. This is my Megasaurus, guys. What a great tank. I can just pick this guy up right here. Oh, he got out of the mouth. Throw him down. Oh, baby Quicksilver. Careful. Very good game. I love this team. This team was so worth it. Here, just eat him up. Very good team. He does less damage when it's in his mouth, the lockjaw. So yeah, this guy is really good team. If you get a chance to tame him, do it. It took me only about an hour to tame him. I had half kibble, half prime. I was lucky and found him in the chicken cave by the volcano, but I've heard that there's other caves that he can spawn in and that he can't get out of. And someone told me that they had them like that. They found one, and that's exactly what happened. And they could not get him out for 3 hours. They ended up having him. Luckily, the game glitched, which is weird. The game glitched him out when he was too close to a roof inside one of the caves that are in the swamp areas. And to me, that's like ridiculous that you ended up taming it and you couldn't keep it. It's crazy. But yeah, it's a really good tame. But those are my ideas. I had to put out a video. I haven't put a video out in a while. But I've been really dealing with the I tried to do the tech tier for you guys, and it's just like I can still spawn it in. That's not the problem. I can still spawn it in, get whatever I want, whatever. But I had to make the video about my grievances. I will go ahead and make a. Actually, I'll do that video after this. I'll upload it after this one. Me playing around the tech tier, flying around, and then just keep going. I lost all my tames to this tier thing, so I'll probably keep doing the private play. I had a video set up about the private play, but I guess I'll do it with the tech tier in now. And see how that works. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video here. Those are my thoughts on tech tier, on the update, on everything. The hair is the funniest thing in the entire world. Wildcard, you did a great job with the hair. Not only is the hair like great, like we finally have hair, we have beards. The fact that you can knock someone out and cut their hair and dye it pink is the greatest thing on the face of this planet ever. So Wildcard, tip of the hat to you. You did something awesome. Every game should have the ability to just have troll that doesn't destroy people. Like a way to troll someone that people don't cry about every 5 minutes on the message board. Yeah, your hair is pink. Deal with it. If you're really that upset, then by all means, figure out how to do the scissors and dye it yourself. But that to me is the funniest thing on this planet. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, guys. I'm just doing like I said, just maintenance stuff over here, you know, doing a little thing. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit more food on my baby Quixel, and then I'll probably head over to the original server or my private server, spawn in some tech gear, kill the bosses, and then I'll have the way I'll start that video is with the tech gear already on, and do it that way. Spawning in on the PS4 at this moment is kind of difficult because we don't have that app like the Xbox app where we can type. We have that app like that, but for Arc it doesn't work. We're not able to use the typing when it comes up to this screen. It won't type for us on the app. So yeah. So I'm gonna end the video here, upload this, and then I'll go ahead and upload the me having fun with the tech gear, and from there just start my process over again and see if we can kill the boss legitimately with new tames and stuff like that. So alright guys, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. It'll help me out a lot. And if you new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Alright, Kai out. Later.